Truma, makers of the Combi Heater and iNet system, are proud to sponsor Practical Motorhome TV.
Welcome to Practical Motorhome TV, your one-stop shop for buying, owning and getting the most from your motor caravan. Coming up on tonight's show, we have some hot van and site reviews, plus some technical advice from our expert Diamond Dave. But first, we're off to the NEC show, where I review an Eldest AutoQuest 195. Eldest's AutoQuest range gets a few spec bumps for 2017. First of these, of course, is a new Euro 6 engine for the Peugeot Boxer base vehicles. This is in addition to a new overcab pod, a body kit and new graphics for the external sidewalls. So let's have a quick look around the 195. Now the 195 is a 4-berth with 4 travel seats and 2 lounges. And just look at the size and space available here in the rear. We've got a real thing about end lounges in this series, and for good reason. They're very popular with UK motor caravanners who are used to spending so much time indoors, sheltering from our fantastic weather. And moving forward into the kitchen, the specification is pretty good too. 3 gas burners under this lid and a really workable size sink. That's in addition to a separate oven and grill and a fridge with a separate freezer compartment. These overhead lockers are very spacious and pass the cereal box test, and that's all you can ask for in an overhead locker. Meal times are a cinch too. You just retrieve the folding leaf table from here in the wardrobe and pop it up into the rear lounge. And look at this wardrobe, it's absolutely massive. You could almost walk into it, and that will certainly please the ladies. Now this van is just under 7.4 metres long, so you'd expect the offside washroom to be fairly tight on space. It is a little bit, but it's got everything you need. A shared shower tray and toilet floor, and a very smart looking mixer tap. Now earlier on I mentioned that there were 4 travel seats, but you're probably thinking, in the absence of a front dinette, where are they? Simple, they're here underneath these parallel sofas in the seat boxes. Eldest introduced these clever folding seat mechanisms a few seasons ago, and they're nothing short of sensational. Now the other great thing about these seats, of course, is that each occupant gets his or her own window, so they can stare out at the landscape as you're rolling past. Perfect for whiling away the hours when you're on the holiday highway. Now, a couple of other improvements for AutoQuest in 2017 see a new closing action on the overhead locker doors. You have to say that sounds very satisfying indeed. There's new wallboard plus a new soft furnishing scheme with this rather natty hexagonal design. Now the rear parallel sofas make up into a massive double bed that measures 6'10" by 4'8". Alternatively, you can use the parallel seating as single beds, and they're both 6 foot long. Now for 2017, all Eldest AutoQuest models ride on the low-line version of the Peugeot Boxer chassis, and because they're relatively close to the ground, you don't need an electric entrance step. Now this range has a deserved reputation for value for money. It will cost you a smidge above £40,000 for the 195, and even adding the Lux Pack for £1,218 to bring you cab air conditioning, a passenger airbag and cruise control doesn't seem like much of a sacrifice. So for almost 7.5 metres of motorhome, I think you get a fantastic amount for your money.
Golden Square Caravan and Camping Park in Oswaldkirk was the AA's North East Campsite of the Year in 2015, and once again it makes it into our Top 100 Sites guide. If you're looking for a base for exploring the North Yorkshire moors, you won't go too far wrong by visiting here.
Golden Square Park was developed from an old quarry 30 years ago. It's a quiet family site. We don't have big groups on. If you want slot machines and bingo and things, you go to the coast, you don't come to us.
The park is a great site for families because there are 2 large play areas with some imaginative playthings on offer, including a real-life disused tractor, a zip wire and good old-fashioned swings. Plus there's also crazy golf, where some of the holes look nigh on impossible. And best of all, for wet days, there's a large old barn with toys for the younger ones and table tennis, pool and table football for the big kids. But it's not all about children. The park is sectioned off into family and adult areas, and the layout, true to the Yorkshire moors, is anything but flat. You won't find many straight lines of vans here because the site has several nooks and crannies on different levels, which gives the park an organic feel.
Well, it's just as it developed. We got permission for, when we first started, we had, I think it was about 30 pitches, I think. And then as we grew, we developed, we took some more land and we made different sections and different levels. It's just how it developed, really. It wasn't planned.
The site now has 150 electric pitches, with a small number of non-electric ones, plus 6 superior pitches for motorhomes. So you do need to book in advance for those. Superior pitches include electric hookup, TV points, running water, and grey waste disposal. And there are facilities on site for disposing of chemical toilet waste, though there's no drive-over motorhome waste point. All superior pitches are extra wide to include space for awnings, and they also come with a picnic table and are sectioned off by these rather attractive local stones. The loos at Golden Square are quite literally award-winning, having previously been named Loo of the Year. There are 2 stone-built toilet blocks, both with underfloor heating, as well as spacious facilities for the disabled and also a family room.
Well, we've been coming here roughly about 12 years now, touring, and then the site itself. I think it's because it's family orientated and it's a great place for especially younger kids to come, socialise. Everyone seems to get on. There's great facilities for them to come and play and explore within a safe environment. They can go around. Everybody looks out for everyone. So we really enjoyed it. We found the kids enjoyed it.
The kids will also enjoy the shop, with its good selection of sweets as well as the essentials.
We sell everything from homemade cakes to tent pegs and anything for camping you want, sleeping bags. We usually have, anything anybody forgets, we've got.
There are plenty of things to do in the area too. A 10-minute walk takes you to a bus stop that brings you into the local town of Helmsley, with its great shops and restaurants. Slightly further afield is the city of York, just 40 minutes away, and Castle Howard is just 20 minutes south. Closer to the site is the National Centre for Birds of Prey, and Helmsley Castle has the TripAdvisor Certificate of Excellence. But a word of warning to anyone bringing a particularly large RV to Golden Square: there are lots of steep hills in Yorkshire, so make sure you seek out and stick to the caravan and motorhome friendly routes.
It's my second season. I started last season. It's a beautiful place to work. We enjoy welcoming the new caravanners as well as saying hi to the regulars that come, the seasonals and people that come each year. It's a great place for children. In the shop especially, the parents just let them come up and buy the sweeties with their pocket money. It gives them a bit of independence that they don't normally get at home. So they meet new friends and have a good old runabout. So it's a lovely place, yeah, for children and for couples alike.
I would definitely recommend it to anybody really, all age groups. We get young people right through to old age pensioners like ourselves, retired. So we're really satisfied.
That's all we've got time for in part 1, but we'll be back soon with some more motorhome related goodness.
Truma, makers of the combi heater and iNet system, are proud to sponsor Practical Motorhome TV.